People who were engaged at one point but never got married. What happened? Midnight. Let's jump into it. Midnight Meal says he wasn't participating in the wedding planning at all. And I realized he didn't actually want to get married. There was a lot of pressure from his family and admittedly me as well. I just wanted a family and to be married. And I hadn't really paid attention to his reluctance up until that point. I think this happens a lot, especially with people who just want to fulfill that desire of wanting to get married. I think the worst thing about that desire is so many times when you overlook the person, you overlook the person's desire actually for the marriage, whether it is character, the person's personality, whatever it may take. But just because you want to fit into that status of I am married or have that dream wedding, many times it is in the marriage that you realize your errors, you realize the mistakes you made and the things you focused on, and then you start reaping the consequences so many times when you're in the marriage. So I think I'd see where this is going. It was 3 months before the wedding, and I sat down and I reviewed our relationship. Good, big ups. We were incompatible in several crucial points, even though we loved each other a lot. So I called off the wedding and ended it while we were both sad. We were also relieved. There's this thing where many people just believe that, oh, because I love him, I should get married to him. Because I love him, I should end up with him. And at the end of the day, it's like I say, I feel like it's a Hollywood thing. It's something that we just get from the movies. This concept of just love, as if love is the only thing that is sufficient to have a good marriage. There's much more. There are many more values and core concepts which make up marriage compared to just the feeling of love. Like for example, in this case, we can see she went through their personality types and realized that they were not compatible at all. Maybe they could not really. Maybe, for example, in difficult times, they will not be able to have what it takes to work out together and come out on that difficult times. And looking at all of these situations, she was able to analyze and take away feelings and logically look at the situation and be like, nah, we are not good for each other. It makes a lot of sense. So big ups to you. This was more than a decade ago. And whenever we run into each other, we catch up and there are no hard feelings at all. He's married and a father now. And I couldn't be happier for him. Big ups, Midnight Crew. That makes a lot of sense. Let's go on. Fragrant Snake. What the heck? She died due to seizures. Damn. 3 a.m. She was home alone. She woke up and got the seizure and unfortunately hit her head against a wall. 7 a.m. She was supposed to show up at her parents' house to drop off the dog before work. She didn't. 9 a.m. Her parents went to check on her. The dog was fine, but she was unresponsive. 9:30 a.m. she was declared deceased in the scene. 10 a.m. I was at work and I got a call from her father. I lost it right there. It was back in 2012 and I'm still not over it yet. That's sad, man. Sorry for your loss, man. Sorry for your loss. Fat Femme Bish says he cheated before we got married and I found out. I thank the stars every effing day I didn't marry him. Indeed. Brilliant Persis says we had like 6 miscarriages. That means you people were doing things before marriage. As a Christian, you could not. I just joke there, man. At the end of the relationship, he said something to me like, it's just so hard. I look at your face and I feel like I see nothing but 6 dead baby. I can't really come back from that one. I mean, some people can't, but we couldn't. That's a very, very insensitive thing to say. I'll say that first of all, especially for somebody who has gone through that kind of a trauma. 6 times. To women who probably have lost children through miscarriages, I've met very few in my lifetime. And one thing they'll literally sometimes treat those babies they lost, especially to the ones who don't even have a baby yet. They treat those babies they've lost as if these were children who actually grew up and then died. They literally are sad about it. Worst of all, having it when it has happened multiple times. So it happens multiple times, and you look this woman dead in the face. That every time I see you, I see nothing. 6 dead baby. That's one of the most cool things you could say. Mind you, it could also be coming up from a place of hurt because obviously it seems like this guy also he wanted the kid. So, moral of the story, as much as possible, try to be emotionally in control as much as you can, especially with the words that come out of your mouth when you are going through these mad and emotional times because they can hurt somebody and break the person apart. You just never know. Alright, drop your comments. If you were married or if you were engaged and you never got married, what happened? Drop your comment. Big ups.